Hello everybody and welcome to the table. Today we are taking a look at a knife from Vosteed. So this is the Vosteed Raccoon, and this particular model is an exclusive to Crispy Doughnut Community. And of course we can tell the theming because of that. We have this donut theme with the pink and blue G10 handles. So this particular Vosteed Raccoon has the crossbar lock on it, so we can see it's that Axis style lock. Very easy to actuate. And of course, what's really nice about these exclusive versions of the knife is that right now you can go to Vosteed's website and pick up the Raccoon, any variation, for $59. You can also pick up this one from Crispy Doughnut Community for $59. So despite the fact that we get a unique coloration, something that stands out a little bit more than your run-of-the-mill knife, it still costs the same. So that's really nice. And in fact, there is a further version of this knife actually going on sale pretty soon, and it's actually a pink G10 with white sprinkles. So I think it's pretty striking to look at color-wise. So if you like this coloration but want to see something a little different, I think you can check out their website now. It might be for pre-order pretty soon. And now that being said, I'm not affiliated with Crispy Doughnut Community at all, but I do like knives, so I like sharing deals when I see them. And so this particular knife, the Vosteed Raccoon, this is my first knife from Vosteed, and from what I'm seeing just out of box, this is a pretty darn nice knife. And now of course this is not a new model or anything, so there are many YouTube videos out there I'm sure on the model, but it's just a handsome knife. Really nice drop point blade. We can see the Vosteed logo right there on the blade itself on the show side, and on the reverse what we have kind of unique, we have the CDC Crispy Doughnut Community marking there, as well as the blade steel. So pretty nice blade steel for the price. We are getting a 14C 28N blade steel, which is of course, in my opinion, a little bit nicer than your run-of-the-mill D2 that most of these knives tend to come with. So what we have here, nice G10 scales. We have some nice skeletonized liners, as you can see there. We can see the holes for lightening the weight of the knife, because for a knife of this size, it weighs in at about 3.3 ounces. So what size of a knife are we looking at right here? Let me go ahead and pull out the ruler and check it out. So the blade length actually is almost exactly, if you look right there, cutting edge of 3 inches long. Now, if you're measuring from tip to scale, it does come in almost 3.5 inches, and that overall length is about 7 3/4 inches long. So it's a pretty good size, hand-filling, everyday carry knife, 3.3 ounces because of all that lightening and G10 scales. We also do have a nice deep carry pocket clip with the Vosteed logo on there, as you can see. So it looks kind of nice, but it's very subtle. So if you're not looking for it, you're really not going to notice it on that polished clip. But the clip itself, you can see, has a lot of clearance in here. So it goes in and out of pocket like a dream, because this G10 is not super grippy or pants ripping material. So you should have no problem getting this in and out of pocket. And I'm sure you've already noticed this knife does have a filler tab. So the pocket clip is going to be reversible for tip up carry, left or right hand side. So that's always a nice addition, a nice positive for what we're getting here. But the actual crossbar lock, the Axis lock style mechanism, works very well because this knife does run on bearings. So we can see it just easily opens and closes. And so some people may like that action, may not like that action, but it is what it is. So be aware of what you're purchasing. So you can see the knife does swing quite freely in hand, and it opens without a problem. No blade play, of course. That would be totally unexpected. Right here we see the centering, looks good to me. And I just kind of like the thick G10 scales on here. It looks pretty striking, especially with that coloration, the blue and the pink, the difference between the colors. Pretty cool. On the blade itself, we do have a little run of jimping up by the thumb studs. So effective, yeah, I think so. You know, better than nothing, that's certainly for sure. But really nice knife overall. And of course, again, what makes this unique is the Crispy Doughnut Community coloration here, because you're not going to get this color scale from anywhere else. So you can pick this up straight from the Crispy Doughnut Community website. That's where they're selling those. And I love the sticker here that was included. But they actually do have a nice little carry pouch that's included with a patch on there. That's always a nice little freebie thrown in. And what's also kind of nice, remember this is a crossbar style action with that spring in here. And so they did include some extra, I believe these are called Omega springs. So if the spring does snap, does break, you can do some maintenance yourself. So that's always a nice add-on to have this included, in addition to the cleaning cloth as well. So a good value for what you're getting here. In fact, for the price, $59, I find it hard in any coloration to say this knife is not a good value. You know, I would say this is a good buy regardless of whether you get the sprinkle version or whether you go for a plain color G10 version direct from Vosteed's website or from Amazon or from wherever you decide to purchase it. So either way, again, I'm impressed with what I see out of the box here, direct from Crispy Doughnut Community and Vosteed. And so we could just see the markings and coloration there, pink and blue G10 handle. And we can make a quick comparison because we do have another knife from Crispy Doughnut Community right here. This is the Hansen. And so this one, we can see the same style G10 handles. But when we look at the two different colorations, you can kind of see the color difference. It may not come out on camera quite as well as I would like it to, but we can see the blues on the Hansen here are a little bit deeper than the blues on the Raccoon. And it's just kind of a slight difference. And the texture is pretty much the same, but we have a lighter color on the Raccoon. The Raccoon looks more, I don't know, almost like bubblegum colored than the Hansen is. So probably just difference in manufacturing. I want to say these were made by Kubi, maybe? Or I forget who OEM'd them for CDC. So it could be just a slight difference in manufacturing processes there. But it's the same idea, the same style, and just side to side you can see the size comparison as well. Obviously very different knives. One is a liner lock, one is a crossbar lock, but both deep carry pocket clips, very similar vein of knife. D2 blade, 14C28N, both pretty good choices if you are interested in this type of knife or just an interesting looking folding knife. I do like the pink and blue colorations. I think it's a good conversation starter. So if you have people in your life who are not knife people and they see this in your hand, you know, they're going to say, what is that? You know, what does that mean? Why is it that color? And that opens up a whole new world of knives to a new person. So pretty cool to get newbies into the so-called knife world. So that's kind of a nice thing to show as well. But nice thick knife in hand. We can do one more size comparison. I also have on the table, this is a Benchmade bug out, so let's just put those side by side so we can kind of see the size comparison there. Of course, no comparison in terms of thickness because the bug out, of course, is meant to be super lightweight and thin there. But in terms of length, it's pretty comparable. So nice comparison there. But again, really just an interesting knife to share with everybody. And again, this is just my first thoughts on the knife. Love showing these things off. Love giving you guys ideas of what's out there. If you are a fan of these colorations, you can go pre-order some on the CDC website. Not sure when this coloration is coming back, but the pink and white version should be coming pretty soon, I think. I don't want to say the date because I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's within the next week or so, so it's not too late. Pretty nice knife from Vosteed. And again, I do appreciate their colorations, and more importantly, the price you will pay for it is no more than the average version. So if this is what floats your boat, by all means, go purchase it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do we have too many donut knives out there now, or are you a fan of this coloration like I am? Please do leave a comment below, and I hope you all have a knife day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.